In a moment, the late news, but let's first look to next Wednesday's feature.
Being born beautiful has its ugly side.
I know how to make a terrific-looking package. I'm just not sure what's inside.
Your eyes are bunching up.
Bunching up?
Right here. Makes you look old.
Modeling is all I've ever done.
You were born beautiful. You get no points for that.
Dropped from the covers, a top model reaches a life crisis. Born Beautiful, the Wednesday feature at 9 on 1.
Time for a coffee? For a coffee filter, use a handy kitchen towel.
Briscoe's the store with the difference. Guaranteed savings every time.
Briscoe's guarantee wholesale savings of up to 40% off the normal price on all Supreme wall clocks. You'll save $25 on the versatile Black & Decker drill. There's massive savings on sunbeam irons and hot hair brushes. And just look at the wholesale savings on stylish flight luggage.
Briscoe's the store with the difference.
The sweet breeze of conversation, the warm sun of a smiling face, blue skies of relaxation, the temperature's just right for easing up the pace.
Club Med. Club Med.
The perfect climate for body and soul.
Club Med.
For body and soul.
There's a whole world out there crying, dying, people out there who need us. Feed us, oh feed us, is their plea.
Feed 'em, fighters, and we know what their plight is, so join us and help to set them free. Feed 'em, fighters, and we know what their plight is, so join us and help to set them free.
Join the Freedom Fighters on this year's 40-hour famine. Either go on the famine yourself or sponsor someone who's fasting for 40 hours to raise money and help feed the hungry people of our world. Join the Freedom Fighters on this year's 40-hour famine.
We're the Freedom Fighters, and we know what their plight is, so join us and help to set them free.
So join us and help to set them free.
Good evening, now the late news. The Minister of Finance, Mr Douglas, was the subject of a prolonged attack in Parliament tonight from the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Mr Bolger. Mr Bolger said Mr Douglas has gambled with the economy and failed, and now the public has to pay his debts. Mr Bolger claims that a couple who borrowed $50,000 to get into a home now find that they'll have to pay back $125,000 over 10 years in interest alone. He says private bankruptcies are now at the highest level in this century, and they'll increase even more. A former member of the Higher Salaries Commission who resigned recently in the wake of the furore over the Commission's determination says Mr Longy is wrong, saying the Commission members were first appointed by the Muldoon government. Mr Bill Burney says he and his colleague Mr Dick Simpson were appointed to the Higher Salaries Commission in 1974 when the Kirk Labour government was in power. Mr Burney says a Labour government did the appointing and a national government simply reappointed when the Commission was given statutory authority in 1977. New Zealand's biggest company, Fletcher Challenge, posted a record profit in the last 6 months of last year, but returns from pastoral-based sectors of its operations fell sharply. The Fletcher Challenge profit for the 6 months was $133 million. The downturn in the rural economy showed up in the results of the Wrightson NMA and other pastoral-based activities, in which profit fell from $11 million to $3 million. The people of Waihi are reacting with shock to the news that the town's biggest single employer is to close down. The Philips electrical factory is to wind down operations over the next 6 months. At the end of September, 170 people will be out of work. That's a third of the town's workforce. And the mayor of Waihi says a big shadow's been cast over the town. The lawyer representing Dr. Ian Shearer says a $500,000 defamation claim against the retiring president of the National Party, Mrs. Sue Wood, will go ahead. Mr Kevin Ryan of Auckland says he's waiting for a hearing date for the High Court action. The action arises initially from a decision of the National Party executive to suspend Dr Shearer and Mrs Margaret Quinn of the Ashburton electorate. Last week, the National Party agreed to an out-of-court settlement of a claim by Mrs Quinn, paying her $35,000 in damages and $5,000 in costs. The European Space Agency says its Giotto spacecraft is performing perfectly as it heads for an encounter with Halley's Comet. The agency says Giotto is 15 million kilometres from the comet and 142 million kilometres from Earth. Giotto is scheduled to approach to within 500 kilometres of Halley's Comet on Friday. It'll be the closest encounter ever of a man-made spacecraft with the comet and will be shown live on television. A Norwegian sailor has been found alive and well in mid-Atlantic after drifting for 4 months following engine failure on his fishing boat. Overseas reports say the man had not been heard of since setting out single-handed from Portugal last August, bound for Trinidad. He'd been living on rainwater and fish for the past 3 weeks after running out of provisions. Well, on that optimistic note, we end the news and turn our attention now to the weather forecast for the country up until midnight tomorrow. And first of all, we're looking at the North Island. Long, fine periods, but scattered showers with isolated thunderstorms over high ground. For Buller, Westland, Nelson, Marlborough and Canterbury, further rain overnight, but the rain easing to showers and some fine intervals tomorrow. Over Fiordland, Southland and Otago, periods of rain and fresh sou'easterlies.
Once upon a time, you could go to bed at night, the last job you had to do was wind your clock.
Now you virtually make sure your guns are there.
Now you load your guns.
You keep your guns loaded?
Yes, I keep the guns loaded.
In a country like New Zealand?
Yeah, in a country like New Zealand.
The people of Ruatoria, up in arms in a battle against violent crime. Close Up, Thursday, 8:30 on 1.
And so we come to the end of our Wednesday. Now, tomorrow is the first day of the third cricket test, New Zealand versus Australia at Eden Park in Auckland. There have been the 2 draws so far, one in Wellington, one in Christchurch. And our coverage of the third test starts at 10:20 tomorrow morning on TV2. Have the first session through till